Check, check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, tuning in here to WCMP for today's baseball game, Pine City versus Ogilvie. A little bit of a late start for us here. We're a bit behind today, but we're here. Pine City in that top of the first went 3 up, 3 down for Ogilvie. Very good pitching there from Pine City. And now Pine City will be up to bat here in the bottom of the first. Score is 0-0. Again, Pine City versus Ogilvie. Pine City, the home team, wearing their green jerseys, gray pants, and black helmets. Ogilvie, the away team, wearing their orange jerseys, gray pants, and white hats with orange in front. Again, Ogilvie went 3 up, 3 down in their first at-bats. Pine City now up to bat. It's a bit windy out here. We got a wind blowing in from the west to east. Here's the windup and the pitch. That is low for ball one. Ball one here for the Dragons. As I mentioned, it is quite windy out here, so the wind might interfere just a little bit. I apologize about that. We'll try and keep the wind blocked out as much as we can, but second pitch is in there and outside for ball two. 2-0 pitch is on the way. That one swung on and hit deep to center field. That one's back, way back, and it is missed at the warning track. It'll go all the way back to the fence, and the base runner will reach second. A nice clobber there. The base runner, that is number 14, as I try to begin to pull up my roster sheet. That is Mason Charles, 14, who hits a double at his first at bat. Next up is Nick Plajek, wearing that number 6 here for the Dragons. None out, one on here for Plajek. Line up in the pitch is inside for ball one.
Definitely ordered up some wind here for us today, Ethan.
Yes, we did. Joining us is our very own morning show host, Joshua Miron. Thank you for joining us here.
I just wanted to be a part of the wind, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be It's a good time to hit with something to right field, though.
Well, that first at-bat there from Mason Charles, he swung on that third pitch, and it went deep to center field. Center fielder missed it at the warning track, and it rolled to the fence. He got himself a standing double, and now Plajek in there, and that's in there for a strike. Here is the windup and the pitch inside. It's going to be ball 3. Count goes to 3-1 now. Plajek here sits with a 3-1 count. Line up in the pitch is low for ball 4, and the runner's going to advance from second to third and get in there easily. So runners on the corners here for Pine City. Is now up to bat is Isaiah Haas. He's supporting that number 16.
That the pitch just a little bit outside there. The bounce was able to kind of roll away from the catcher there, and that provided, of course, the chance for him to go from second to third easily with the passed ball.
Now the Dragons in a good spot here to look to get some early runs on the board here as they went and got the 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Runner steals second, and bit of a late jump there for him, and he is going to be out at second, but the runner from third comes in to score. That'll be Mason Charles putting the first points on the board here for Pine City. They lead 1-0 with 1 out, none on.
Yeah, something you don't see too often there when there's runners on first and third and they actually throw it down to second. That's pretty rare in that situation. Usually they try to keep the runner at third, but they basically surrendered that run in exchange for the out.
And now a nice hit up the middle here by Isaiah Haas. He'll reach first easily as that pitch gets by the second baseman there. Rolls to the center fielder. He'll come up and get it before the runner can advance to second. So 1 out, 1 run has come in.
Nice little push up the middle. It was kind of just a fastball right in the outside. He maybe wanted to do a little bit more with it, but he basically just got square right up on it, was able to fit it there between the pitcher and the second baseman.
So now up to the plate here is Ryan Plajek. Another Plajek here for the Dragons. That one is hit right to the second baseman. Gets to the shortstop, but he cannot complete the double play, or can he?
Now they're going to call him safe
They are
there
gonna
at
give him
first, so
safe.
they do get the lead runner out there. Nice dribbler down to second, but then he was able to spin up on it. But luckily enough, the player for Pine City here was running fast enough to at least kind of break up that double play.
Ryan Plojic with some good speed. Now up to the plate is a lefty. That is number 12, Mason Laux. Line up in the pitch. That one is smashed deep to center fielder, but the center fielder looks like he's got under it. He does. He'll bring it in for the third and final out of this first inning, but not before Pine City gets one run on the board, and they lead 1-0 going into the second inning. You're listening to baseball here on WCMP.
mHealth Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinckley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Back here at Pine City High School for this baseball game between the Pine City Dragons and the Ogilvie Lions. Pitcher getting his last couple of warm-up pitches in before we get set for the bottom of the second inning. We're tied at 1 apiece here, as Ogilvie was able to get a run scored there in the top of the second inning. Kind of a bases-loaded situation, a good hit towards the shortstop. They got the out at second, but the runner did advance to score. That's okay, though. He surrendered that one run, and they got the out and brought it to 2 outs, and then a good couple pitches there from Ryan Plajek to get them out of that situation that they were in. So coming up to the plate now for the Dragons is going to be Cole Waxberg. Cole Waxberg will start the bottom of the second inning here for the Dragons. Here's the windup and the pitch. First pitch swinging is Cole Waxberg, but he misses on the pitch. That's going to be strike one. Feld with the 0-1 pitch on the way. That one's low for ball one. Good eye there from Waxberg. One and one is the count, and here comes Feld's pitch. That one swung on and hit down the third base line, but it's going to be just outside that third base, so it's going to go foul. Count will move to 1-2 now for Cole Waxberg. Waiting on getting the ball from foul territory as it works its way back in. We'll get back to action. 1-2 count here for Waxberg as Feld lines up. And here's the pitch. Low for ball two. 2-2 is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Cole Waxberg. Feld with the 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit right back up to the pitcher, but the shortstop gets to it. Can he get to the first baseman in time? He will. Good fielding there from the shortstop.
Made a great swing on that one just right off the bat to get it, and he cut it on top of it, so that really caused the bounce to kind of be a tough play there for shortstop. He even bobbled it a couple of different times, was able to kind of pull it in and get that throw in the last second, and that's what able to get him in the out. Next windup and pitch. This one's going to be crushed here to left field, and it's going to be scooped up and quickly thrown on in. Cole Waxberg there with a nice swing right off the bat.
Dylan Peterson,
actually. Excuse me. Sorry.
Cole Waxberg.
You're doing a terrible job of pointing.
I know.
I was like, that doesn't look like Cole, but I'll take your word for it. You were pointing to it.
So nice hit by Dylan Peterson. We'll get one on with 1 out. And now up to the plate is Lucas Struss. Here's the windup in the pitch. Ooh. Creeps inside on him, and he has to spin out of it there to avoid being hit by the pitch. 1 on, 1 out here for the Dragons. Dylan Peterson on first after that first pitch swinging at his at-bat. Sent it to left field. Here's the windup in the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1 for Struss. 1-1 is the count now. Feld working with a 1-1 count. Looks over, checks the runner at first. There's the windup in the pitch. In there for strike 2. Struss kind of shook his head after that pitch came in, knowing he maybe should have swung at that one. Count is 1-2 now. Feld winds up, and the pitch. Low. Low and a bit outside. Count will move to 2-2 now. 1 out, 1 on here for the Dragons. The runner on first is Dylan Peterson. Feld checks him. He'll get into his windup, and here's the pitch. That one's inside. Count moves to now full. 3-2. Struss done a good job here at the plate. Let the pitch he wanted to hit go, but he's battled back since, and the 3-2 pitch is inside for ball 4, and he'll walk to first. So now we got runners on first and second here for the Dragons with 1 out. Now coming up to the plate is Daniel Reich.
Field has been consistently throwing it towards the inside half of the strike zone. So it keeps trying to paint that inside, and then when you kind of try to paint that inside, that you don't get much higher or lower. And he's been throwing a couple of high pitches, and that's what's been causing a lot of balls in a row.
And first pitch swinging is Reich. This should stay in play, and it's going to drop in.
So the umpire called the infield fly. And that one is going to actually get past the glove of the first baseman. It's pretty tough to hear. Now they're going to say that the runners have to go back, but they shouldn't have to go back because it is an infield fly run at your own risk.
Okay.
So since it did hit the ground, both the runners were able to advance there without tagging up because it's basically
it's an out without having to catch it. And then you don't have to tag.
Was kind of a bummer there because it did hit the ground there. So it's one of those, it was a weird spot and the wind was playing with it. So you would have liked to see, obviously, it not have been infield fly.
Right.
But fouling off the first one here.
Yeah, I would have liked for Ogilvie to see him be able to catch that one and keep the runners where they were at. But still, they got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2 on, as again, Mason Charles at the plate. Line up in the pitch. That one's going to be outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Mason Charles working with a 1-1 count here. Feld with the pitch on the way. Low. Ball 2.
He's got room there. He's got runners on third and second. So he knows he doesn't have to give up the perfect pitch here in this situation. He can kind of just toy around with it a little bit because he does have an open spot there at first. Obviously, he'd rather get the out, but he can kind of play with it a little bit.
2-1 count on the way. Low for ball 3.
If I'm Pine City, I'm giving the green light on this one if he does end up throwing you a strike down the middle. You got 2 ducks on the pine. You're hoping to get those guys in here, so a nice push to right field.
And he does swing, but this one's going to be fouled off to the third base side.
Yeah, as I take that back, as he swings it down one, he's clearly not attempting to push it at all. He's just getting in a little bit early on that one. So he's probably trying to hit that third baseline. If he can just slow it down here, but it also has to make sure that this pitch is going to be close.
Wants to get those runners in and get an RBI for himself. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on, it's high, and it's going to go over the fence. Hopefully everybody's watching. That goes over the fence for a foul. Count remains at 3-2. That would have been a pretty good hit there if he was able to keep it straight.
Yeah, sure getting a lot of pull on that one, and with the wind, that's what pulled it quickly out of there. So if he can just sit back, wait that extra second, and then swing.
Line up in the pitch is high, and that's going to be ball 4.
Easy enough. You, as a batter, you like to see that when you have 3 balls on you, when you see that obvious ball pitch because it comes in at about your head level, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't even have to make the decision here. The decision's pretty much made for me. This is a great opportunity here for Pine City with the bases loaded.
Yeah, if they get a hit out to that outfield in in the slightest, they'll be able to send at least one, if not two, home. Plajic at the line. This one's going to be in the dirt, but good block there by the catcher. Make sure that ball doesn't roll back and give up a run.
It's one of the harder things you see in high school baseball is trying to just keeping that ball in front of you, keeping it from going to the backstop. You got a deep backstop here at Pine City. Runs guaranteed to score if it hits the ground.
Good eye there from Plajic at that one. Came just a little high.
Now Fields probably going to want to throw himself a strike here. Obviously, you don't want to get that 3-0 count. But obviously, the last thing he wants to do is give up a big RBI hit. And there you go. That's the perfect pitch to throw right there, right on the inside corner. Paint that in there. Get yourself back into this one. Count.
Very good pitch there from Feldman. You mentioned it, right on that inside corner. It was count to 2-1. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, hit right up the middle to past the pitcher. Gets it to the second baseman, to the shortstop, and that's going to be the third out.
Nice little glove flip there that he was able to, because he was running from right to left, so he had to make a quick play with it. Took his glove, scooped it up, and made the quick flip to get the out. And that'll do it here for the bottom of the second inning. We'll take a commercial break. Be right back for the top of the third. You're listening to Sports on WCMP.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries, combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Welcome back here, WCMP. Getting set here for the top of the third inning. Should be leading off here with the top of the order for Ogilvie. Last warm-up pitch and then throwing it down. So top of the third inning. Plajic back out to pitch once again. Gets signed from the catcher, sets up. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Brash the batter here for Ogilvie. Got out his first at bat as Pine City had that first 1-2-3 inning. Here's the windup and the next pitch. This is going to be popped up here towards the first baseman. Lots of wind, and this one's in foul territory, and it's going to drop down. Had a chance to get to it there, but that's one of those ones where you need the wind to play a little bit nicer, and it did not. The wind was playing a big factor in that one. You minus the wind, he could have camped underneath that all day. So an 0-2 count. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Just low. 1-2. Almost got Brash chasing after that one. It was a good pitch. Kind of came across the strike zone, just a little bit low. Otherwise, not too bad. Here's the windup in that pitch. Hard hit here to third. Scoops it up, throws it to one easily, and gets the out. It's quite the arm Oz has there at third. If he's able to scoop it up, he can rifle it pretty quickly. Field now here at the plate for Ogilvie. Here's the windup in the first pitch to him. Crushes this one right back up the middle. Kind of an off-speed pitch there, and he's able to take that one and put it right back up the middle. That's been a majority of the hits here today have been right up the middle. So after getting out his first at bat, second one, gets some good contact. Here's the windup and the pitch. This one's going to be hit. Dribbler here to third, scoops it up, throws it to 2, perfect. Here's the chance for the double play. He scoops it up and he's out. So a beautiful double play by the Dragons and gets themselves out of the top of the third inning really quickly. A nice play on that one. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening here to WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Welcome back here, WCMP. Here in the bottom of the third. Still 1-1 your score. Top of the third was a good solid inning there for Pine City as they were able to get that first out and then a nice double play to get themselves out of that inning. So we're tied up. Haas here at the plate. Haas got the single his last at bat and then got out from a fielder's choice. Getting set here is the windup and the pitch. Crushed here right back up the middle. Can they get to it? No! And another base hit here for Haas. Haas almost the exact same spot there, Ethan, as he figured out that he's kind of got this pitcher figured out for hitting it up the middle. And like I just said, that last inning, it seems like every player is only hitting it up the middle.
Yeah, he's got a really good read on him. Got a nice hit there right up the middle, just past the shortstop's outstretched arm.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those slower dribblers, too. You thought maybe the short could have got to it, but just enough there up the middle. Ball one, first pitch there on that one.
Ryan Plajic now up to the plate here for Pine City.
Fouled off there, and that was one where he wished he wouldn't have got a piece of it as it goes all the way to the backstop. Could have got the runner to second there for free. So I believe the count is 1-1. Yes, it is, as the ump agrees with me. He was waiting for me to call it, Ethan, before he did, of course.
Needed your expertise.
Yeah. High and inside on that one. Not a super big threat to steal there as Haas. No offense to him. But we'll see. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. That one's going to be in the dirt.
He's getting a pretty good lead off here.
Yeah.
So he might, if he can get a good jump, he might just have a chance to steal that base.
So 3-1 your count. So we'll see if maybe he tries to get a little bit of jump here on a 3-1, but here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be high, so ball 4, so he gets to walk there.
Probably just a good idea there not to even try and steal. You risk the chance of an out when you're ahead in the count 3-1. Just a smart idea not to even try and chance it.
And we're going to see a little bit of a visit here at the mound. They're going to talk a couple of different things over. Ethan, did you get a chance to go talk over there on the tennis side?
I did not. The coach could not find him. I talked to an assistant coach. He was unable to be found over there. So, unfortunately, trying to.
No updates yet. So you'll give us some when you get them, right?
Hopefully, I can. They're closing in on the end of their tennis matches over there. I know a couple of them have ended already. So hopefully, we'll be able to get you an update. Oh, and a good hit right up the middle there, and. Should be a double play.
No, they're going to call him safe there at first, I believe.
They are.
So that was one of those plays where you kind of caught the pitcher off guard up the middle. So it just took him a little bit longer to spin around and make the throw to second, which was able to save the double play and put the runners on first and third.
That was a tough hit up the middle there. Good job by Felden to be able to have the awareness to get to that one so quickly and then turn around and get the out at second. As 1 out and 2 on here for Pine City.
Waxburg here at the plate. Here's the windup in the pitch. Cold strike right down the middle.
That's maybe a good no swing there by Waxburg. That was a bit outside. Not enough outside to be a ball, but a bit outside. Maybe a good idea just to lay off of that one there.
Well, they were kind of setting up possibly the opportunity for the first and third bit. But we'll see if he swings away now. All right, so the pitch is a little high, and then they got the throw down to second. The throw was off the mark. Otherwise, they might have had him there. Once again, I'm pretty surprised. Ogilvie's doing something that I didn't see a lot in high school over the past couple of years. Very rarely do you see him actually throw down to second on the first and third. And now they've done it twice, one for an out and one not. This is going to be crushed up here high and towards left field. Chance to tag up possibly depending on what happens. No, that's going to be foul. I'm not sure if it went on a play because we're blocked here by our view.
Yeah, it looked like it may have actually come down close to in play. I tried to get a last-second look at it. From what I could see, it was still in play, but that left fielder, or excuse me, the left fielder.
He's playing pretty deep out there in left field, so just wasn't able to get to that in time.
Dragons have got on top of a couple of these pitches and have crushed them to that outfield. So
this one once again hit right up the middle there towards the right side. 1 run will score, and now 2 runs will score as Pine City takes that lead right back there with a good solid hit. And Ethan, I'm telling you, I can keep tooting my own horn here, but the hits have just been up the middle over and over and over and over and over again. And that one, though, at least was to the right of the pitcher as compared to all the other ones have been to the left of the pitcher, but up the middle. So a quick strike there, RBI single that scores the 2 runs, and Pine City puts themselves back on top here. Once again, your score 3-1.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job of finding these pitches and getting them right back up the middle. I can't imagine standing out there on the mound as a pitcher, seeing that come right at you. That I wouldn't be able to do it. That's for sure.
There's a lot of hits up the middle here today, and which is not something you see all the time in baseball. Usually you see somebody that's swinging too early, so they pull it, push swinging too late, and push it. But this has been pretty much all up the middle. He checks the runner over at first, sends him back.
Well, 1 out and 1 on here for the Dragons.
Dylan Peterson at the plate here for the Dragons, excuse me. Hometown Dragon, Tigers getting the shout out there. Falling apart here, Ethan. It's too much sun.
Too much.
We haven't been outside since 1992, my friend. So
yeah, it's been a while. It's been we got that false spring there a couple of weeks ago where it was close to 80 degrees on the weekend, and then it was back to reality when we got snow and rain and 30 degrees.
We were feeling good there, my friend. So 3-1 your score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the windup in the pitch. Peterson inside. It's going to be the throw down to second. Nice throw, but he's able to slide to the outside of it and get past the tag. Pretty good throw down there from the catcher. He's definitely been on his mark here today so far. Already threw one guy out. Two close plays there. That one, if he maybe just sets up a little bit further back, he would have had the chance to get the tag out there because the throw did beat the runner, but the runner was able to slide around it. This was going to be a pass ball. No, he's going to have to hold up. It was a pass ball, but it was a kind of a slow dribbler, so it wasn't one of those ones that went back to the fence where he could have easily got it. He had to delay it a little bit, and that was enough for them to be like, no, we're not going to send him there.
And going back to that steal, I mean, Cole Waxberg, he had a good lead on it and a good jump, but this catcher has done a great job here this afternoon.
Still a good throw down. Here's the windup in the pitch. Crushed right back up the middle, Ethan. Would you believe it?
Should score another run.
That'll score the run from second as Waxberg there moves from second to home and scores the run. And once again, a single, an RBI single, gives the Dragons another run.
That's just a really good hit there by Dylan Peterson. You've seen him step into that one and drive it right up the middle. A beautiful hit there from Peterson. Got himself an RBI as well, as now the Dragons lead 4-1.
I guess I just don't understand how it's just all up the middle, my friend. It's just there's no other spot. Struss back up his last at bat, ended I believe in an out. Here's the windup in the pitch. Crushed here down to third baseman. He scoops it up, throws it to second, and they get the out at 2 in time.
So first pitch swinging there by Struss.
Gets the fielder's choice.
Yeah, the third baseman, that was a good job by him, though. We got to give him credit because that ball came up into his breadbasket a little bit, and he did a good job of corralling it and getting it to the second baseman in time to get the lead runner out.
Reich here at the plate. Field checks the runner 1. Here's the windup in the pitch to right. Crushes this one towards center field. He's playing a little bit deep, but able to run up and get it and get out number 3. So a good amount of damage here for the Dragons, as I believe they scored 3 runs, take the lead here 4-1 over Ogilvie. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back for the top of the 4th. You're listening to baseball here on WCMP.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinkley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries, combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota, it's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani, online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back here at Pine City High School, Ogilvie up to the plate. It is Halverson. Ogilvie trails 4-1. Here's the windup in the pitch. That one swung on and missed. Actually, it's fouled. I apologize. That one is fouled back and over the fence and over the bleachers, and it goes foul and moves the count to 0-1 here for Halverson. 0-1 pitch here on the way. Swung on and hit. That is popped up towards that right fielder. Can he get to it in time? He does. And he'll get the first out of the inning.
It was interesting because you're seeing so much wind out there, so I kind of thought that was going to move either more fair or more foul, and it basically just sat right on that line the whole time. And luckily enough, the right fielder was able to get to there, camp underneath it because it was a high one.
Yeah, surprisingly, it kind of stayed on its line and didn't move a whole lot. And he was able to get under it. Those can be kind of tricky to get under because they're just moving so much out there.
Another one fouled off here. Sends it over to the bullpen on that side.
So we got a substitution here. Josh Bartel, he will come in for Colby Milbrandt. And this time he hits it right past the second baseman and right in front of the right fielder, and he'll get on for a base hit. So again, that's Josh Bartel in there for Ogilvie, taking the place of Colby Milbrandt.
I can't believe it. That was somewhere other than right in the middle, Ethan. It's pretty impressive. It was a nice push there towards right field. Everybody's probably playing up the middle a little bit, and he's able to find that gap between first and second and get himself a good hit. You always love that when you come in for somebody else and the coach decides to put you in substitution-wise, and you come into the plate and you're like, that's a good idea. And you get a nice little hit off of that to show the coach, hey, I like hitting.
Bo Burke. Oh, and then a beautiful.
That's going to be an interesting question.
And they're going to call him out.
So they're going to call the out on the catch and then the double play as they threw it to first. It took a little second because we had to see. Blaszczak was able to catch it, and he held onto the ball for probably a second and then dropped it. And they were able to. They called him on the out and basically said it was on the transfer. He already had enough control of it.
Yeah, and you said what I was about to. Just it's on the transfer was the drop, and we've seen that. I've watched a little bit of MLB, and I've seen that happen quite a few times, and goes one way for the other team. And again, so double play there to end the inning here. Top of the fourth for Pine City as they still lead 4-1. And we'll hear another word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Baseball here on WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Back at Pine City High School, Ogilvie trails 4-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Starting at the plate here for Pine City will be Mason Charles.
Relatively quick starting game here so far, quick going game, Ethan, as the defense has definitely shown up here for both teams. It's both pitchers, I would say, for the both teams are kind of hit to ground out pitchers. Basically, they do give up a decent amount of hits, but they know they got the defense behind them, so they're just hoping to put it in a spot where at least the hitter hits it down on the ground. And I'm guessing these two pitchers have been throwing a little outside recently, because that's what caused a lot of those hits up the middle, is something outside that somebody pulls on a little bit too early. And we'll see if Pine City can tack on a couple more runs here in the bottom of the fourth, but I wouldn't be surprised too if we see Ogilvie come out here strong in this inning.
Yeah, Ogilvie has shown that they can really get the bats on the balls here, but Pine City has done that as well. And here's the windup in the pitch inside. Ball 1.
Luckily, he's a skinny guy there on that one.
Yeah.
Us fat dudes probably would have got just smoked right in the belly on that one.
Got that extra padding. So 1-0 count here for Mason Charles. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ooh, went behind him actually on that one. He jumped out of the way. Good reaction.
Doing a great job avoiding it. If this was dodgeball, he would be the champion right now.
He would be. So Feld here with a 2-0 count. Wind up and the pitch on the way. That again is inside, and Charles not too pleased with it.
I'm sure he's just curious how he's throwing 3 pitches that far inside, but you know, it's one of those things as a pitcher, you try to get into a certain spot, and then all of a sudden you may be kind of locked in on this spot, and it looks like he might have just been locking in just a little bit too inside. You know, when you're trying to bowl strike in bowling, Ethan, which is something of course I can relate to with a lot of those, you kind of sometimes as you're approaching it, you kind of take your eye off of your target for just a second, and that's what pitchers do sometimes, and then they get that off the target, and that's what causes that inside pitch a couple times in a row.
Here's the 3-0 pitch is high, and that'll walk Charles.
Charles seems pretty upset about getting that walk there, but I mean,
yeah,
it's a free base, man. I love I love walks. And don't get me wrong, I like to hit as well, but I do enjoy just a peaceful stroll down, and we're going to see a mound visit here for Ogilvie. So we'll take a commercial break here, and when we come back, we'll see if we have another pitcher or if they're just going to talk things over a little bit.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
So the mound visit was relatively short. Just getting a quick word into his pitcher. Wind up in the pitch is in there for strike 1, and Charles is going to steal. That is close, but he is going to be safe. Man, oh man, this catcher, his throws down to that second base are right on the money. But
another great throw, but the runner there was able to kind of stop for a second and then step over the tag. Once again, the throw beat the runner, but once again the runner was able to avoid that tag. Looks like that mound visit was just what this pitcher needed, though, as he fired one right in, strike perfectly on that first one. This one just misses a bit outside.
1-1 now the count here for the Dragons pitcher, Nick Plajek. He's had a pretty good
pitcher, but that's okay.
What's that?
Ogilvie's out there on the defense?
Yes, but Nick Plajek is the pitcher here for the Dragons.
Sounds like the pitcher. I'm like, bruh, what are you doing?
Feld here has another one a little low. That moves the count to 2-1. Wind up in the pitch. That one is swung on and
fouls it off himself.
That's what it looked like. I'm a shorter guy. I can't see.
And I'm a tall guy, so it's tough for me to see low. That's why we make a pretty decent combo.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You can see things under the table. I can see things way over the table. Like,
works out. 2-2 is now the count here for Plajek. No outs. 1 on, a runner on second. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikeout there for Feld, and I think that's exactly what Feld needed here. A little bit, give himself some more confidence at the plate. I always think as soon as you get that first strikeout, you're thirsty for more, and that can just blow your confidence right through the roof and help you out in a big way. Wind up in the pitch here to Haas is.
Well, we'll see how that confidence goes here when Haas. Pretty much Haas he's up to the plate every single time to hit the ball, and he makes contact with the ball pretty much every single time he swings.
Yeah, Haas is not hesitant at the plate here as that one goes inside and high for ball 2.
We'll see here with the 2-0 count. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm guessing very few times does he see a red light and say, yeah, I'm not going to swing at it. So I'm guessing if this one's close, he's going to try to crush this one.
The 2-0 pitch on the way. Low for ball 3. That was a good-looking pitch, just a little low for him. Now the count moves to 3-0 here for Haas. And if you're Ogilvie, maybe this ain't the worst thing in the world to walk Haas, as he has been such a good hitter here today for the Dragons.
Watches that one go right down the middle, which is, of course, what you do at 3-0 most of the time. But I'm sure he probably actually is enjoying that because I'm guessing he's going to want to get another swing.
So the 3-1 pitch is on the way. And he crushes this one up the middle right to the shortstop, and he does a good job of corralling it. He gets it to the first baseman in time for out number 1. Good play over there by the Ogilvie shortstop to corral that one, get it down in time.
So actually 2 outs here with this runner on third from this strikeout.
Oh, yes.
And then this one there at first.
Plajek at the plate here. It's Ryan Plajek. That pitch is outside for ball 1.
We get a nice little break from the wind here.
Yes, first time all game. The 1-0 count. Low. So ball 2 here for Ryan Plajek. And Feld has worked from behind often here in this game, but he's done a good job of doing that and getting his team out of some bad situations. This one is swung on and hit. That was a pitch right down the middle, and that's one you just cannot let go. And Plajek, man, good hit there from Plajek. That's one of those where can't let up on those.
It's just, once again, a hit up the middle, and they can just continue to hit them up the middle over and over again. And that one was probably the closest one to the pitcher we've seen here so far. As he tried to get a glove on it, but that was kind of either move your head a little bit or get hit in the head. Looks like a new batter here for the Dragons that just stepped in.
It is Laux, the lefty. Yeah, so an RBI single there for Plajek. Charles is the runner who scores for Pine City and moves the score to 5-1. Pine City leads. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 outs, 1 on here. Laux at the plate. Looks over, checks the runner at first. Feld with the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed by Laux. That was a very hard cut swing from Laux. That was the pitch he wanted. Just missed on it. Feld keeping a close eye on that runner on first. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on, and that kind of a half-check swing. It will fall in fair just over the shortstop's head. Runner will advance to second.
That was a little bit misplayed there on the left side. I thought that if they would have known where that one was landing, they might have had an opportunity at it. They both kind of stood there and even might have taken a step up when that one was kind of just floating back further and further. Just nice little poke check there on that one and able to get them a nice little hit. And you know what? In the book, it looks like it went off the fence, my friend. Doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it's a hit. Oh,
and
this
now
one.
Waxberg absolutely crushes it. This one is deep. And it is to the fence. That's going to score both runners. Waxberg is going, actually, no, he's going to hold the runner at third. But it does score one. Wow, Waxberg absolutely crushed that on that first pitch. That'll bring the runner in from second.
When you tattoo a ball that hard and you and it doesn't go over the fence, you think to yourself, How much harder did I have to hit that one? Because that was a level crush. Maybe if it had a little bit more higher trajectory, maybe that would have gone the distance. But a nice solid hit there. Left field, maybe he could have ran back a little bit sooner, but still able to kind of get in position, but not able to make the grab on that one. And another run there for Pine City.
So now they lead 6-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs and 2 on. Runners on the corners here for the Dragons. Peterson, another really good hitter here for the Dragons. He's up at the plate.
This is the games I like to see between baseball games just in general for high school, is these hard-hitting teams, these teams that get contact pretty much on every single opportunity they do. It definitely makes baseball a lot more exciting, and it kind of gives an opportunity to see exactly what people are, how they're hitting, how strong they are.
And a pitch goes high, got away from Feld a little bit. That'll move the count, 2-0 now. 2 outs, 2 on here for the Dragons. Runner on the corners, Dylan Pearson at the plate. With a 2-0 count, here's the windup in the pitch. That one's swung on, that's a grounder to the shortstop. He'll throw it right on to second for the easy out, and
they try to go for the 4 outs, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get an extra out for the next inning. Yep. Trying to do everything they can, but so the Dragons leave 2 runners on base there, but they do add on to their lead, and now they lead 6-1 after 4 innings of play. We'll be right back. You're listening to baseball here on WCMP.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinckley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Back here for the top of the 5th inning. Pine City leads 6-1 over the Ogilvie Lions. Blazek still on the mound here for Pine City, having a pretty good outing. Again, their first game for Pine City against Moose Lake Willow River. They got the victory in that one, I believe. The final score in that one was 18-1. Milbrandt will be up to the plate here to start the 5th inning for the Lions. Wind up in the pitch, a quick swing and a quick hit here for the Lions.
See how the wind plays on this one.
It pops it up to the center fielder. He had to go way back, but he does catch it. And you can see at that last second, he did have to change his stance a little bit because the ball was starting to drift one way, but came down and he got it in his glove for out number 1.
This is what I'm talking about, though. Just the quick swing. Both teams see a pitch that they're able to hit, and they swing on it right away.
Wind up and the pitch here is high for ball 1 for Vandervet. At the plate now for the Lions. With 1 out. Wind up and the pitch. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit to the third baseman. He will get it to the first baseman in time for out number 2.
I've already said it once here, but Oz has an absolute rocket of an arm there from third, man. That's one of those things where he just was able to kind of square up on the ball because he knows he's got all day to throw it because he's got an arm that can throw it that fast and is beautiful, just right on the mark.
I think the Twins needed him last night.
Yeah. Classic.
Pitch to Hergis. is inside for ball 1.
Just missed on that one.
Logic. 1-0 pitch is on the way. That one swung on and missed. Took a little something off of that one. Moves the count to 1-1. Again, the Dragons lead 6-1 at the top of the 5th inning. This one is swung on and hit foul. Moves the count now to 1-2 for Hergis. Two outs here for the Lions. 1-2 is the count, and the windup and the pitch. That one swung on and hit by Hergis, but it is going to be hit foul down that third base line.
Third base coach there putting his life on the line, going for the scoop barehanded. Able to get in front of that one and stop it.
So 1-2 count here for Hergis. It's windup and the pitch. That one swung on, and that might drop in for a hit. It does, right over the shortstop's head. Very good hit there from Hergis. Hit himself on base.
Nice little lifter hit, just basically a nice little light swing. Able to get it out over the reach, and that's really all you need to do to get yourself a hit here, especially with that wind, because even if the wind wasn't there, it might have just been a routine out, but that wind helped to pull it up just a little bit. This one's going to be a called strike, and now the throw down to
he missed it.
The throw was just a little bit off to the left, but the throw was way in advance to the runner.
Yeah, that was just a little off the mark, but I mean, my goodness, I would have had enough time, but just past that glove. Almost looked like it went off the tip of the glove there of the second baseman. Either way, the runner's on second, and the hit from Brash is right to the shortstop, and he'll get the out for out number 3. So the Lions have one runner left on base there as we now move to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Dragons leading 6-1 here. Trying to get their second victory of the season at home. You're listening to baseball here on WCMP. We'll hear a word from our fine sponsors.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota, it's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani, online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning here, the Dragons leading 6-1. Over the lines, we're going to get a new batter out there. It will be Riley Cummings wearing that number 7 jersey for the Dragons. He'll be the leadoff batter here for the Dragons.
Looks like he's batting in Struss's place here. So kind of just switching things up here. Obviously, they're up 6-1, which isn't an insurmountable lead, but it's a nice little solid lead, an opportunity where you get some other players in, get a chance to get some other hits here.
Certainly.
Obviously, Pine City can be working for that run rule, which I think is...
I believe it's 10 after 5.
Yeah, something like that. But also they know, that's a called strike there on the inside corner.
Yeah, Cummings even sucked it in a little bit, trying to get the call to go his way, but that is called strike 1 here. 0-1 count, pitch on the way. Swung on in a little dribbler down the third base line. It looks like it rolls foul.
He was probably hoping for that to bounce off the grass. It was that dribbler that would just basically stayed on the chalk and was throwing up chalk about half the way down. And then it started to work its way towards the foul territory. And Ogilvie was able to scoop that up, obviously very smartly, on the foul side. So that way it was a foul ball.
0-2 count, pitch on the way. That one got away from him a little bit. But no runners on base, so it's not going to hurt him any. That's ball 1. Looked like he tried to throw an off-speed pitch there and got a little bit away from him.
Yeah, I try to go for that curve ball, and sometimes you grab the bottom of that ball and it just slips out as you let go.
That one is inside for ball 2. That looked like about the same spot that first strike was on, but this time it creeps a little bit inside. 2-2 is the count here for Cummings. Feld with the 2-2 pitch. Oh, and that one looked a little low, but you're going to get him for the strikeout there.
I said this earlier on. The umpire has been giving that lower strike zone a lot more than he's been giving that upper strike zone. So that's just kind of one of those opportunities where he gets the nice pitch and gets the call of the strike zone.
Reich will foul off the first pitch over the Ogilvie dugout. Count moves to 0-1 here. Feld with the 0-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. So Feld looked like he just needed some time to warm up there, Josh, because all of a sudden he's come out here in this bottom of the 5th inning and is really strong.
Yeah, coming out firing right away. That's what you like to see.
That one's low in the dirt for ball 1. Count now 1-2 here.
Speaking of that ball that went over the dugout there, Ethan, aren't those dugouts pretty nice over there? Looking over, it went over the JV dugouts as well, looking real nice.
Yeah, those are some beautiful dugouts here at the Pine City baseball field.
Once again, another foul off here down that third baseline. Now they're trying to pull it a little bit too early each time. And it's just a dribbler where if the wind was blowing a little bit harder, maybe those are fair and those are basically a swinging bunt.
Daniel Reich swings on this one. This one is popped up. Looks to the second baseman. He gets under it and catches that one. That's got to be a tough one to catch because he's out there at second base and the sun right now is kind of almost pointed right at his eyes as he's trying to catch that one.
That's one of those ones where if you drop it, you definitely tell the coach it was the sun.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing I can do about that, coach. It was the sun. But able to back it up because the wind's pushing it out there to the outfield too, and able to get underneath it. A lot of height to it.
So Mason Charles up to the plate now. This one is swung on the first pitch to the third baseman. Oh, he dropped it, and he's not going to get it there in time. Mason Charles will be on first.
Try to scoop under that ball in the grass and then just bounced off the tip of the glove and then went right back into the grass and just he was running too fast. He really getting a second chance opportunity. That was a one scoop and throw, or otherwise he's going to be safe, and he's able to be safe on that one.
Nick Plajic at the plate here for the Dragons. Well, 2 out, 1 on. That pitch is high for ball 1. Dragons lead 6-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Doesn't appear that they're going to be able to get that run rule, but you never know. Plajic awaiting the pitch. It's there, but outside. Ball 2. 2-0 is the count now for Plajic with one runner on first. That is Mason Charles. Feld checks the runner and throws the pitch. This one is swung on and right to the shortstop. He'll get it to the second baseman in time for the 3rd out of this 5th inning. So they do not allow another run to score to the Lions. They'll keep the score at 6-1. Moving to the top of the 6th inning here, and they'll try and get themselves back into this one as quickly as they can. You're listening to baseball here on WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza Fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
Pine City, the site for this baseball game between the Dragons and the Ogilvie Lions. Top of the 6th inning. The Dragons lead 6-1. Nick Blodgett still out there on the mound here for the Dragons.
Now, I knew today was going to be a good day weather-wise, but this has definitely been even a better day than I thought. This is probably like, if this is your first game of the season type of thing, I know it isn't, but this is the weather you want to come out. You'd love to play baseball in this one every single game, although maybe just a little bit less wind if I have to complain about something. Other than that, this is just perfect weather. You're probably not going to sweat too much.
No.
You're also just going to be nice and just warm. The sun is shining. Yeah, I guess the only thing that's been a factor here, or it hasn't been a factor but could have been, was the sun. It's definitely in everybody's eyes. Right now you see first and second base with their hats down as low as possible here to try to block out some of that sun. Surprisingly enough, they don't have shades on over there because I wouldn't be surprised if something's coming at them. They're not going to be able to see it very well.
The first pitch into Feld there is just high for ball one, and then the next pitch comes in for a strike. And one thing with Blodgett here today that I've noticed, he doesn't take long after the first pitch to wind up and throw that other pitch in there.
And I like that about a lot of different pitchers. Some pitchers take their time in between, and then there's some that fire. Pine City, what I've learned over the years, Pine City tends to have a lot of pitchers that quickly fire.
Got Feld to chase that last one. And now this one's going to be low for ball two, so the count is even at 2-2.
That was just a combo platter. It was probably a strike if it wasn't either low or wasn't inside, but it was a combo of the both, and that was enough for him to call the ball, as that one is fouled off. Might have to play tennis with that ball now that it's sent back to the tennis courts.
Feld fouls that one off. He stays alive here. Count stays at 2-2. Wind up in the pitch here from Blodgett. He swings on that one and misses. It's going to be a strikeout there for Feld. Blodgett gets the strikeout. Now move to the next batter here is Hines. He steps up to the plate with one out, none on. That first pitch is low. It hops even before it got to the catcher there, and it's ball one.
Yeah, you got to get a little dirt on the ball once in a while. You know, you want to get that couple of scuffs in it. Help you throw it, maybe add a little bit to it. So occasionally you just got to throw it there.
1-0 count. Pitch is on the way, and that one is crushed by Hines to center field. It's going to drop right in front of the center fielder. Good job, though, to get it off the first bounce and get it in to the shortstop and stop the runner from advancing in a second, but still a good hit to get on first base there by Hines.
I believe that's Reich out there in center field, and runs up on it, but the ball just had a little bit too much drop into it. But still only about a couple steps away from making that grab.
Halverson now at the plate. He's first pitch swinging, and that one is going to be fouled off. Count is 0-1. 1 out, 1 on here for Halverson. Hines is the runner on first. Blodgett quickly checks and throws it over to first. Almost had the runner, but Hines gets back just in time.
Probably only about the second or third check this game of the runners. Otherwise, we've pretty much seen runners kind of take whatever leads they've wanted and haven't seen much of a check yet.
This pitch is in there.
That one, unfortunately, there for Halverson was probably a product of him being super tall, because I've seen a couple of different batters where that wasn't called a strike on. But Halverson with a little bit more height, they give him that one in the strike zone.
And that one is hit, and it sits and spins just at the top of the batter's box. And they're going to call it foul.
Yeah, that's about as close as you get, my friend there. I'm actually surprised, and that's a tough call there for the umpire to see exactly whether or not that's fair or foul, because he basically just dug it right in the dirt right away, didn't hit anything, and then spun around in the chalk for a little bit.
Halverson misses this one, and he's going to strike out.
Caught him kind of chasing it on that one. He threw that off-speed pitch and to the outside, and I think Halverson kind of looked at it at first, decided not to swing, and then kind of changed his mind and said, you know what, I got to take a swing at that one.
We got another new batter at the plate here for Ogilvie. We're in that number 2 jersey. He swings and misses on that first pitch. Wearing that number 2 jersey is Brady Harlan. Harlan at the plate here for the Ogilvie Lions. And misses on the second pitch, and it is quickly 0-2 here. 2 outs, 1 on. Hines is the runner on first. Harlan trying to not only extend this inning, but trying to advance the runner as well. Harlan down in the count, though, 0-2. Logic with the pitch. That is high. Good eye there from Harlan.
He wanted it, though. He could feel it in his veins that he wanted to swing at that pitch. But there, once you see one up at your above your eye level, you're usually able to pull back on those.
So
timeout called here by the umpire. They're going to call a balk. So a balk called there. So the runner's going to get to second for free, my friend.
Now, I did not see why they called it.
It looks like now that the coach is going to have a word, is going to want a word with the umpire on why that was called a balk. Because I don't think in baseball you get a warning on the box. So he basically just they kind of just talk it out, and the umpire is basically explaining he stepped back and off with the ball and then kind of lifted up. So that was going to be called a balk, and probably not something he's going to do again, but it's just one of those things every once in a while you kind of catch yourself looking a little bit too much, and that's going to be another strikeout anyways as he gets him swinging. So 3 outs here, Ethan, all from strikeouts in 1 inning. A very strong performance there. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back for the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Sports on WCMP.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity. Of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinckley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Pine City leads Ogilvie 6-1. Haas will be up to the plate here for the Dragons. We have a new pitcher. It'll be lefty Harlan, who just struck out at his last at-bat here. He comes in for Feld. Harlan just warming up here, getting a couple of extra warm-up pitches before we get going here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, Dragons lead 6-1 over the Ogilvie Lions. Dragons searching for their second victory of the season. If I remember right, Ogilvie to this point in time is 3-0 on the season. So here comes Haas, Isaiah Haas to the plate. We'll get his first look at Harlan, the lefty for the Lions.
Bet you $100, Ethan, he swings at one of these pitches.
At one of them.
Yeah. Well, he makes contact with it.
Yeah,
it's somebody you would love on every single baseball team, a player that constantly just tries to make contact. Now, granted, he's going to try to get me to lose this bet if he throws 4 in the dirt, but I wouldn't be surprised if he swings at one anyways, just to try to make contact.
Swings at one that bounces off the dirt and hits it deep.
It's the type of baseball player I was, my friend, to relive the glory days. If it was close, I wanted to hit it, and this is going to be one where he's going to try to crush it.
Haas has the ability to do so, and that one's outside for ball 2.
It seemed like a personal attack, you're right. I did not have the ability to do so, so fair enough.
Haas quickly up in the count, 2-0. Harlan with the 2-0 pitch on the way. That one's low, but it is hit by Haas. Haas, can he get there in time? Third baseman gets to it, and they will get him out at first. Oh, a pitch swung on and hit there by Haas. Took a couple hops before the third baseman got to it. He took one step, fired it over to first, and got the first out here at the bottom of the 6th.
Probably not the pitch he would have wanted to swing at, but it was his opportunity, and he knew, hey, I'm going to swing at this if it gets it close, and then just a nice dribbler.
Plajek at the plate here. That first pitch to him goes in the dirt for ball 1. That is Ryan Plajek. 1-0 count, and here's the windup and the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 count here for Ryan Plajek. Harlan with the 2-0 pitch on the way. That one swung on and hit by Plajek. It's to third. It's a slow dribbler, but it goes right under the third baseman's glove, and Plajek is going to get to first easily.
It was at that spot right as the grass and the dirt kind of come together for third base, and he had his glove probably at the grass level, and that's when it kind of hit the dirt and was able to kind of sneak right underneath his glove and get another runner there on base. Book person's probably going to put an error for that one, though.
Laux at the plate here for the Dragons. Lefty versus lefty here, Laux and Harlan. 1 out, 1 on, and that one is first pitch swinging. That's popped up towards the left fielder. He's got to come in for it, and it's going to drop right in front of him. And that's going to advance the runner to second, so Laux will get on base there.
He's playing so deep out there in left field. Even though he got a good jump on the ball right away, he was playing, I would say, a little bit deeper than he probably needed to for a left-handed hitter. And he was just kind of sitting back towards that. He goes kind of back towards that same spot, and that gave the opportunity for that one to drop in for a hit because it was pretty high. It hung up there for a while, but he's just playing so far back.
And the pitch is going to get away from the catcher. That'll advance the runners from first to second and second to third. Cole Waxberg is at the plate, and he'll now have a 1-0 count after that pitch was in the dirt. Waxberg had an absolute bomb the last time he was up that surprisingly didn't get out of the fence. or over the fence rather. It stayed in.
I'm sure he's going to, knowing that he got a good piece of that last one, I'm sure he's going to want to swing again. And now he's got 2 runners thanks to that pass ball, but he's going to foul off that pitch that's a little too high.
A little bit high there. He wants that bomb. He wants that run.
Well, if you got down on all fours and gave him something to step on there,
maybe.
Ethan, he might have had a shot at that one. Just a little bit too high there for him.
I'm in the wrong position. I need to be out there as a stepping stool.
Nice push.
But Waxburg will get this one. They'll get him out at first, but he'll get the runner home. So they'll add to their lead now, 7-1 with 2 outs, 1 runner on, and he is on third.
You hear the team cheering about the ribby over there, and that's kind of why you push it over there. He saw that opportunity that between first and second, a decent gap. He saw just getting contact on it. Was probably going to score a run no matter what. So nice RBI there for him, even though he gets out.
That pitch is low in the dirt for Dylan Peterson. Trying to think about throwing the runner out at third. Decides not to. 1-0 pitch here. Is swung on and hit right to the shortstop. He gets it. Does he get it to first in time? He does. That'll be the third out, but not before Pine City adds 1 run to their lead. They lead 7-1 here as we end this 6th inning. We go to the 7th and what could be the final inning here in this game with the Dragons leading 7-1. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th inning after we hear a word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Baseball on WCMP.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
Top of the 7th inning here. Dragons lead 7-1. We have a new pitcher out there for the Dragons. It's going to be Ryan Plajek. So we go from one Plajek to the other. His first pitch is low for ball 1. That one's in there, though, for strike 1. Moves the count to 1-1 now. Dragons are 3 outs away from getting the victory here. This pitch is low. 1 hops to the catcher for ball 2. Count now 2-1. 2-1 pitch on the way. This one is hit to the third baseman. Oh, and it gets past him, and it gets past the shortstop as well. And the left fielder will come up to get it. So Burke, with the swing and the hit, gets it just under the glove of the third baseman. And the left fielder gets there in time. Make sure the runner can advance to second. Milbrandt at the plate here for the Lions. No outs and runner on first. Plajic, windup, and the pitch. This one is high. Milbrandt wanted to swing on it, but good job of pulling off there at the last second. 1-0 is the count for Milbrandt now. 1-0 pitch on the way. That one's in there for strike one. Good pitch there from, again, Ryan Plajic. Is, I'm assuming, brother or at least family member. Nick Plajic was the pitcher through 6 innings. This one is just high for ball 2, 2-1. Now the count for Milbrandt. Again, no outs here for Ogilvie at the top of the 7th. They trail 7-1. A runner on first. This one's going to be in the dirt for ball 3. Good block there by the catcher, Mason Charles. Make sure he keeps the runner at first. But 3-1 now the count. Milbrandt will step back into the batter's box. Plajic, he'll fire that one in there for a strike 2. Moves the count now to full. 3-2 now. Milbrandt checks the signal from his third base coach. Step backs into the box. Plajic will get this one in there for a strike, but Milbrandt fouls it off. It will go all the way back to the fence, and the count will stay full. 3-2. Ryan Plajic gets a signal from the catcher. Wind up, and the pitch is just inside for ball 4, and that's going to walk Milbrandt. The runner from first, Hines, will advance to, or excuse me, Burke will advance to second.
That was one of those ones, man, that was close enough to call a strike, close enough to call a ball. Either way, the ump has been pretty consistent on that here today, so he did what he's called on that ball pretty much every single time, which is a ball.
And now the first pitch here to Vandervet is high for ball 1. Ogilvie now with no outs and 2 on in a good position here to work their way back to slowly get themselves out of this 7-1 deficit and get some runs on the board. Try and get themselves at least tied and try and stretch this to the bottom of the 7th. Vandervet swing on that one and misses. Count moves to 1-1. 2-1, I apologize.
Apology accepted.
2-1 pitch on the way. That's in there for strike 2. 2-2 here for Vandervet. He's got 2 on and none out. Runners on first and second. Plajic with the 2-2 pitch. This one swung on and it is fouled down that third base line. Count will stay at 2-2. Vandervet at the plate here for the Lions. Reading the signal from the third base coach. Steps back into the box. Gets set up for this 2-2 pitch is on the way. That one swung on and missed. And Plajic with the first out of the top of the 7th. And a strikeout there. That's his first.
Big out there for Pine City. You got runners on first and second. Now you got the 6-run lead. So you know you got a little bit of a cushion there, but getting that first out always feels a lot better.
Burgess at the plate now. He sees the first pitch go in for strike 1 by Ryan Plajic. 0-1 is the count. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swung on, and that one's hit just past the shortstop, right in front of the left fielder. And that's going to advance the runners from second to third and first to second. Good job, though, of coming up on it quickly to make sure the runners can't get close to home. So bases loaded with 1 out here for Brash. Ryan Plajic. Now it's any base that you throw it to. You can get the out here for Pine City if you want to find a silver lining with the bases loaded. This one is swung on and hit right to the third baseman. Third baseman steps on first, third rather, and he gets it over to first in time for the double play, and that will end this game. The Dragons get the victory 7-1. A good pitch there from Ryan Plajek to make sure he gets the grounder, and the third baseman caught it. Good job of getting to it, because that wasn't an easy field there by that third baseman.
Oz has to like that. As a third baseman, you always dream of those ones that roll right to you there while you're close to third base, and then you just step and throw, as compared to a lot of times when you're trying to get that double play, you got to run to third, step and throw. He basically had to make a tough scoop, but he made the scoop, touches third, throws it right to first for a double play, and to end this game on a positive, solid defensive note for Pine City.
That he does, and a good job there again from Haas. That's that one kind of gave him a tough bounce there right before it hit that third base, but again, an easy play there for him at third. And then, like you mentioned, he has a rocket of an arm. He got it over to first quickly and got the double play. So the Dragons will move to 2-0 on the season. Again, their first win was against Moose Lake Willow River. This win against Ogilvie, 7-1.
Where can they get
game.
the sports recaps for tomorrow, Ethan? Where can they hear about all the games that happened here tonight locally?
They can listen to the morning show, of course, hosted by Joshua Miron. Of course, you make mornings more bearable.
Classic.
WCMP morning show from 6 to 10 a.m. Be sure to tune in at 7:45 and 8:45 for the sports update with me, Ethan Game Day Gilman. But again, here in Pine City gets the victory over Ogilvie 7-1. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. I want to thank our fine sponsors once again, because without them, we would not be able to come out here and broadcast these games. So make sure to thank them personally, because, again, without them, we can't come out here and bring these games to you. 7-1 is the final here. Pine City over Ogilvie, and Pine City moves to 2-0 on the season. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of